what do you think allowed you to, in a way, for your time, push things and accomplish what you did, despite not having what the athletes of today do?
I don't know, really. I mean, I think we experimented with different things. I mean, yeah, it was tricky. I mean, I was sort of influenced by Jerry Moffett, who was influenced by John Backer, the American climber, in terms of training in the sort of early stages. John Backer was, really he thought bouldering was really important and for strength and dead hanging for fingers. And so Jerry copied a lot of his ideas, and we just kind of tried to develop and work on them and read about training in other sports, because there wasn't nothing had been read about training for climbing. It wasn't like today where, there's loads of books on, training for climbing. There wasn't anything there. So, I mean, I read a lot of sort of running books and tried to sort of apply sort of running training methods to, my climbing, using interval training and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we tried different things.
So, obviously in today's world, we have all this information at our fingertips. Sometimes it almost seems too much to understand, what to adopt, what to ignore. How are you actually learning about the training styles that, let's say, people like Backer were doing, and maybe other contemporaries of your time who may have also influenced you, and then actually the influences you added to the training and approaches that others had? So like it seemed like there was this maybe uneven, but this exchange of information happening. How did that transpire? I'm guessing you guys were not writing letters to each other. You're still wrong.
Well, no, I mean, there was, like, I was living in Sheffield. I still live in Sheffield. I've always lived in Sheffield. And, there's just lots and lots of climbers here. And it was the same back in the 80s and 90s. There was still, again, not as many as there are now. But, there was a lot of climbers, a lot of good climbers. And so we sort of rubbed off on each other. We just developed the sort of training ideas. It was all around bouldering, really. Because Backer had been a sort of, saw the importance of bouldering and everything. And I think that's what we did. We bouldered a lot, and then we bouldered on artificial walls, but actual sort of buildings, because there weren't any climbing walls back then. And then we started building sort of very basic sort of indoor walls in our houses, in our cellars, in our basements, little sort of basic wooden boards. And everyone used to sort of circulate around each other's boards. But it was still fundamentally just bouldering and a bit of dead hanging and stuff. Basically what I do now.
Can you think about perhaps one that stands out? Yeah, which is maybe memorable, particularly for you, where you perhaps had to try the hardest, push back maybe against some of your own beliefs?
Well, that's a very difficult question. To pick just one, it's almost like you're asking me to pick my favourite sort of almost memorable experience. That's probably climbing a route called Rain Shadow in 2015, which is graded 9A, which isn't like, we have 9C now, 9B plus. So it's, it's a few grades off that, but it's still pretty hard. So, and I was like 48 years old or something. And I'd had some time off from climbing, and I'd sort of seen this route and got inspired to get fit again. And I managed to do it. And it was, that was pretty special. And that was 25 years after I climbed the world's first 9A, which was Hubble, which is in the Peak District.